What drink did you have? Do you have one of the new holiday ones?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm just full plain latte.
All right. This is the tricky part. The go live on Instagram, like something you have to finesse that. There we go. Perfect. Now we're live on Instagram.
Cool.
All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Anna Sothen with RVA Connected here at ESPN Richmond 106.1 on the Mike King Biz Show, where we don't talk about sports, but dance is a sport.
No.
No?
It's controversial.
As to who thinks it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I personally don't. I think I know that it's an art form.
Definitely an art form.
That requires athleticism.
Oh, I like that
So
definition.
Okay.
I like that definition.
But it is like a major debate in the industry.
Because I know I've heard people have that, and haven't they had that debate with the Olympics as well too?
Yes.
Like for it to be considered a sport so that it can be part of the Olympics and stuff like that. I do like that. So it is an art form that requires athleticism.
Yes.
Love
Performing
that.
art.
Performing art.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So I'm here with my friend, Marianne Kelley. So I'm excited because she owns Marianne Kelley's School of Dance right here in the Chesterfield area. Yes. So, all right, tell everybody who you are.
Marianne Kelley from Marianne Kelley School of Dance. And I have a dance studio. I've had it for my whole life, it feels like, when you own a business. But
yes.
I've owned it for 11 years now.
11 years. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So tell them where it's located.
So our studio is in Midlothian. It's near Chesterfield Town Center in the old John Tyler Bright Point College building. So we have a huge facility, about 10,000 square feet and 5 studios in the space. So
that's amazing.
It's a great little space.
It is. Yeah. But you guys moved from a smaller space before, right?
We did.
You just moved within.
Yes, we moved in 2019, in the fall of 2019. We doubled our space and then everything happened. So that was a real nail biter, but we got through it. The space was worth it and the sacrifices we made to keep it going during that time. But it was a huge change to go from 5,000 square feet to 10,000. And it allowed the business to grow. And we were at a really good place with it. We knew we could push for more, and it happened. It took a little longer than we wanted to because of that pause. But once we got things going back, it's thriving now.
That's amazing. Okay. So what kind of dance do you offer?
We offer ballet primarily, ballet point, everything that goes with ballet, jazz, contemporary, modern, musical theater, like pretty much everything you can imagine. We don't offer tap at this time, but we've had so much growth in our ballet department that we kind of had to make some cuts. But
gotcha.
I think we're best known for our ballet.
Okay.
At this studio. Yeah.
Well, and that sort of segues into
the Nutcracker.
The Nutcracker, which is coming. It's going to be at the Powhatan High School.
It is. So this will be the first time we're performing at Powhatan High School, which is wonderful. I'm super excited to do that as a resident of Powhatan. It's just really nice to have it right there in the community.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it because Powhatan hasn't had anything like this before. I think it'll be really good that the members of community can come and see a show right there in their neighborhood and not have to drive all the way downtown. So we're excited about that. It is a huge production that requires a big theater like that. Right. In the past, we've used Collegiate School. We have used Perkinson Center for the Arts in Chester, but we outgrew that space.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
So now you have this big, huge, and then so do you get to transform the entire auditorium as well too?
Yes, that is what we're
not just the stage, or is it like I'm trying to think of when you go to if you go to the Altria and stuff like that, it's not really it's the stage that's transformed.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if you had a little bit more leeway.
We'll bring some decor for the lobby and things like that, but primarily it's the technical aspect of making the stage look like our production, right? So you have sets and things you need to bring, like the basic couch for the living room scene and things like that we have and we'll travel with. But then you have to transform a regular stage into a danceable stage, meaning, you have to bring Marley dance floor. It's like a thin rubber floor,
Okay.
vinyl type material that it's very heavy. It takes like 3 grown men to lift these rolls of it. It's so hard. And then you roll out this floor.
Okay.
It's a really special floor that all dance studios use. It's just like a nice protection. You wouldn't want to dance on like carpet or
Right.
linoleum or hardwood even. So we have to travel with that. We lay that out. That
Okay.
takes a lot of time. And then in the past, we've done backdrops where you have to lower the light beams and hang the backdrops and all this. But this year we're changing to digital for the first time. So
that's exciting.
So that's been a bit of a stress for me. But because it's new and I've had such a well-oiled machine for so many years that experimenting with this new thing is a little unnerving, but I'm just gonna trust the process. So we purchased like a wonderful projector system, and we're gonna hang that, and then all the backdrops will be digital. Even the snow, it'll like be moving. Some of it's animated.
Oh, so interesting.
It's very cool.
It's amazing what you can do with, and I'm sure that's somehow AI enabled, right? Like that, just creating that scene without actually having the, I guess for lack of a better word, material actually being there.
Because the material dropping, and I love that, and I will miss it. And I think the dancers will miss it a little bit. Do
you think they'll miss it because of spatially?
No.
Or just because
dancers
they're so
love the snow and they love the drama. We're talking about teenage girls. Like they literally live for like
drama.
It got in my mouth, like it's in my eyelash, and they go off stage and laugh about it. And you can feel it. It's there. You see it. And so I think they like that. And then of course that drops during the snow scene. It has, and then you have to sweep it all up before Act 2, and you have very limited time to do that. But it can also be dangerous. I mean, if you don't have the right material, like there's fire codes for what you can drop.
Yeah.
And at this facility, it just I wasn't gonna push it.
Okay.
So we'll just leave that.
And you'll see how it goes.
Yes.
And it's going to work out perfectly.
I'm sure
it will be. Yeah. So how big, so the Nutcracker, how big of a production is that? Like how many dancers do you have? And because that's, I don't just say just them out on stage. It's the whole production itself behind the scenes and, and all that kind of stuff. How many people does it take to orchestrate? That just gives me like, anxiety just thinking about it. I'm like,
it is.
And you've done this a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Like you're the one who like, you're a big production for Richmond. Like
we are.
Yeah. So,
we didn't start that way. We didn't start that way. I can start there. I grew up doing the Nutcracker. Like it was my whole life. I loved it. I danced in it as a child. And then when I started teaching, the studio that I worked for didn't have a Nutcracker. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's Christmas. Let's go.
Right.
So I put together like a little group of maybe 10 dancers.
Okay.
And we did excerpts. We did like one girl was the Sugar Plum Fairy, one was, Little Snow Queen. And then I reached out to local retirement living communities.
Okay.
We did something at the Children's Hospital. We did a little tour one weekend. Of course, there was like the biggest snowstorm in Richmond that weekend. So I was like, everybody's doing this. we made it work. So that was actually the start of it.
Okay.
And now from 10, we are at 300.
300.
Quite the jump over.
That's a little bit of a jump.
Yeah. But that first season was me. It was like for my soul. Like I needed to do it. But also, the woman that I worked for, Jessica Morgan, I was like, let me show you what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just like eased her in.
Yeah.
The following year, I presented her with like a binder of, this is the Nutcracker. I can direct it for you. You don't have to do anything. And she said yes, which was amazing. I'm so grateful still to this day. Gave me that opportunity to direct her production and cast it. I just took care of everything. Those first probably 5 years were the hardest to just navigate. And like you said, like how many people does it take? I mean, I thought I could do it all alone and I'll just, but I've learned that having the right team is really
it's
what
essential.
It takes.
Yeah. So what were some of the things? because I think of that just in business, right?
Yeah.
Anytime a business owner has an idea and they decide to go into business, and then I think of the book, The Who, Not the How. I don't know if you've ever read that, but basically you go into business because you have a passion for dancing or you have a passion for baking. And then all of a sudden you realize that you have to be, that's not the business. That is the product that you provide. But then the marketing, the bookkeeping, the HR, the logistics, the procurement, like all of that goes into what a business actually is. So what do you think were your biggest lessons in those first 5 years of doing it?
Well, in the first 5 years, I wasn't the owner. So I didn't have to manage like a lot of those logistics.
Right.
But and that was a blessing because I did have to manage like the kids. And I think when you're dealing with young children and teenagers, mostly girls, right?
Yes.
There's maybe like 5 boys in every cast. They're at a place you have to understand them.
Right.
And to make the experience one that's exciting for them and rewarding, but also you want it to be something very like marketable for an audience and for the product to be good.
Right.
Right. So like how far can you push a teenage girl to like keep going, and how many rehearsals can you give? Learning how to manage the scheduling was probably my biggest takeaway from that 5 years, just to navigate through homecomings. So it's homecoming season. You have kids doing like college tours. So missing a rehearsal and how to navigate through that. Those were important lessons for me. And I learned how to give them grace and how to work with them and not just be mad about it all the time.
Yeah.
So that would be my biggest takeaway from those early years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you became the business owner.
I did.
So what made you leap from that to being the business owner?
Well, it was a natural progression. The owner had, after that Nutcracker experience, she acquired like a second location and said, I'm looking for someone to run that. And I was like, that would be me. I was just very eager.
Yeah.
It just naturally happened for me to be in that leadership role. And I wanted it. And I was so excited for that opportunity. So one of her satellite locations, I ran that for 10 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then she retired, and it was a very natural, like, you want to buy it? Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Like, here we go.
Right.
And the customers knew me so well just from me having been present in there for so long that there wasn't any like, sometimes someone acquires a business and it's like, oh no, like who's this new owner?
Right. Yes. And what's going to happen, and how are things going to change and things of that nature. So you were just stepping in. You weren't, well, I guess you did step into the owner role, but it wasn't really like you were stepping into, it was a space you were already in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I had the relationships like already with the customers. So it's very easy.
So what do you think your biggest success has been?
Wow. Business wise? Because I'm a mother. And that's I think about
first
my kids.
And foremost, yes, first and foremost, I'm like, yes, the fact that I have 2 wonderful, healthy, thriving, good people, like that's if that's all I did in life, then I would be like living. I'm scored.
Right.
Yes.
Business wise, best success. I mean, I think the Nutcracker is our biggest success.
Yeah.
It's something I think the studio, the customers and their children look forward to from the minute this show closes in December. They'll already start thinking about next season.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's just like this constant heartbeat of the studio.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like the pinnacle.
It is.
Yeah, I guess it would be like, the pinnacle of something you get look forward to, but it's like an ever present.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
They think about it a lot.
Yeah. I
wonder
love
what part they're going to get. Like they have goals within the casting of it. So you start out and the youngest performer's 5. So,
That's very young.
That's really fun backstage.
I'm sure.
We've had some things. We had a child just throw up, like, and bless the staff, like
from nerves or
yes.
Yes. Oh,
it's like, oh no, what do we do?
right.
Sweep them away. We've had, potty accidents.
Yeah.
When you get into that young of a performer, it's a different beast.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The teenagers are fine. They take care of themselves, but it does take a lot of volunteers backstage to just keep the kids safe and, busy because there's a lot of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
But there's young performers that are quite interesting.
I'm sure.
So,
I'm sure. I can imagine just being backstage and be like, where did little Susie go?
Yeah.
Like, she just disappeared all of a sudden, getting the nerves and just, decided, I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that? Have you ever had anybody like?
No. I mean, we have a system that's like, we're always refining it every year. Right. But it is very like, okay, you've got, one volunteer for every 5 kids. So, I mean, and they're all mothers.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's like used to herding cats.
We're good.
Right.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's really fun.
That is awesome. So, okay. So let's go back to the different types of dance that you offer. So obviously ballet and point is your main one that you offer, your biggest offering, if you will. But what's modern dance?
Modern dance. Well, it's not my favorite because I prefer to have shoes on when I dance. And I prefer to ballet and modern are very different, but they both require so much technique.
Okay.
There's different techniques to ballet. Like you have your French technique and your Russian technique.
Okay.
And modern is a lot of the same. Like there's different ways you can do it, but I would best describe it as just like a more earthy, style of dance with like shapes. You think of ballet as like upright. Modern, you think under curves or over curves.
Oh, okay.
It's very interesting and it's really fun, but not for me personally.
Okay.
But we do have a wonderful modern program.
Okay.
So Brittany Diaz-Judge and Taylor Black, 2 of my employees, they run Compass Contemporary, which is a modern dance company within my school.
Okay.
And they're both like, they have the degrees in the modern dance and it's their baby. So it's a really exciting thing that couples with our ballet company, Elevate Ballet Company. We do a joint program in the spring.
Oh.
So the customer or the viewers can see, first we do this ballet, like an hour of ballet and then intermission, then the modern comes and you can kind of see the contrast, but also the similarities between the two.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And so that's in the spring sometime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what are the other ones you said? So ballet, there's modern,
musical theater.
Okay.
We don't do singing. A lot of
Okay.
people call and they'll say, I want to sign up for musical theater. Like my child wants to sing. And I'm like, no, none of our teachers can sing. No, well, actually, that's not true. I do have one that is a beautiful singer. But we aren't teaching that there.
Gotcha.
Musical theater for my studio is more just like Broadway dance. So if you think about a scene from Annie where all the kids have like the mops and, Hard Knock Life, like we would teach that routine, but they wouldn't be doing the singing for it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So theater dance, it's like, I think Richmond Ballet calls it theater dance.
Okay.
And we call it musical theater, but it's similar in all of, I think, the local studios.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are those the 3 main ones?
No, jazz is a big one.
Oh.
I have a wonderful jazz teacher, Liz Vanini. She's like a legend in Richmond. I love her. And Liz is great because you always know when she's in the building because you can hear her from like all the way down the hall. Like she's very powerful. She commands the room so well. And the kids adore her. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Jazz dance is wonderful. It's, very old style of dance. We use a lot of ballet components in jazz. It's just like, now it's become, jazz has transformed a little bit in the modern age where it's more like pop jazz kind of stuff. It's a little more stylistic than like old school jazz. But what I like about Liz is she teaches that technique to the young kids, that old, like you really get the technique of it. And then we can style you up a little bit later.
Yeah. Like the foundation of here's how we build it. Yeah. Because and I'm sure it's probably like music. It's like, it's different, but fundamentally dance is probably very similar no matter what.
dance is dance, I
It's
mean,
moving your body.
it's moving
and
your
learning
body.
how to move your body.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's just nice to see people do it. Like if you have a child that's like moving around at home, and that's the calls we get. I'm like, well, they're one. I mean, we're not taking them.
Right.
They're not
What
a
is the
prodigy.
youngest? What is the youngest you'll take?
3.
Okay.
But I mean, there are studios that will go 2.
Oh, wow.
I stopped doing that a while ago.
Yeah.
I just, it's not for me.
Yeah. That's a lot.
3's even sometimes a push, and we'll say, well, like, are they potty trained?
Yes.
Have you been away from them before?
Right.
Right? Because it's hard for them to be when they walk into this big room, there's nothing in the room. It's just that dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
They're used to going to like a preschool or a home where there's toys everywhere. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's just you.
And there's things.
And you're going to need to stand still for a sec. Like,
yeah.
So 3 is hard to get that, but our teachers are really good at like immediately engaging them. Let's get moving. Like we try to keep it fun, but also like we want the customers to get something out of this investment they're making.
Yeah.
They need to learn something. We're not just playing. Like,
right. Exactly.
So there's a fine line there, which is why I choose 3.
Yeah.
And I would prefer 3.5. So when people call, I kind of vet it out a little bit.
Yeah. I think of like when Michaela, when she was little and we were in Virginia Beach, I really wish that she had continued to dance, because that's probably the one thing that like my brother, my sister, and I, like my dad really, and my mom, we all love to dance. I used to dance when I lived in Italy. And so I danced with the dance studio, and we would go and we would do,
was it ballet?
It was not ballet.
Like free, like lyrical, modern?
I think it was more modern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more modern.
Okay.
And I loved it. And when we moved here, my parents looked for dance studios, and at the time they just couldn't afford to do it. And so the one regret I have in my life is I really wish that I had taken dance throughout, because I love it.
Well, you sound very passionate. Like, yes. I'm just going to say, we do have adult.
I was going to ask that. I was like, do you have adult ones? Because
we do. And it's women like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they come in and it's like, you can just see the stress leave them.
Yes.
They go in the studio. It's like if you go and do a yoga class or something, but there's, like I said earlier,
dance
it's like
different.
Your soul.
Yeah. Dance is very
You just
different.
and if you did it, especially the women that come in that are like, yeah, I used to do it and I'm not a dancer anymore. I'm like, no. You're always a dancer.
Yeah.
Like we all are.
Right.
Like, I think it's just in us as humans to move. And, you hear music and you kind of like, even my husband, who's like not a dancer, like he's really not a dancer, but like you can hear music and you might get a little.
Just a little, just
do it.
Yeah, start moving a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like dance is one of the, I think music transcends age, gender, race, cultures, all of that, because it's the one thing that can bring us together. And I feel like dance is that the same way. Like, so you like all of those TV shows. So you think you can dance, or a movie where they're dancing. Like for me to watch another human being in the way that they move, like there's such an emotional reaction for me personally, when, like anytime, like when I would watch my daughter, anytime I watch my kids do anything, like I bawl like a baby. They always know, they're like, please, mommy, don't cry so loud that people can hear you. And then they know that you're my mom. But I remember every time she hit the stage, like it was so magical. That's what it is. It's just to watch somebody else do that. Like there's not, if you come away from watching the Nutcracker or somebody else dance and you're not moved, you might be dead inside. You might be. And I said that out loud. I know, but yeah, it's. But I just think it's one of those things.
The challenge is, we're going to be moved everyone is moved when they watch their children. I mean, right? So
100%.
How can you as a performer move that person that's not your parent?
Yeah.
Because in our production, so there's 300 in the cast this year. Our audiences will be, but 300. Each cast. So we have cast A, B, C, because it's not 300 at once.
Right. Yes.
So it's divided a little. So I think each cast is like 90.
Okay.
And then there's those teenagers do like every cast. But, you've got 90 performers in a show. And then in your audience of 600, 300 of them, 400 of them are connected.
Right.
To somebody on that stage.
Yeah.
So it's like, the challenge for me is to make this production appeal to those people that are in the community and would come and still be moved and still be excited about our show,
right?
Even without someone in it, which is, to circle back, it's kind of like that Powhatan thing this year. I'm hoping that we get members of the community that can connect with the dancers, because what they're doing is beautiful, and because of their musicality and the way the music just swells, and that Snow Queen does a pirouette. It's like, how can you not feel it? But I'm confident they will.
They will.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
That Snow Queen's mom's going to feel it even more and ball like you do.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
But yeah, I do. I love the fact that you are bringing it to Powhatan, because you're right. Like if Powhatan, if they want to go to something, they have to go into the city, right? Even though they consider going into Westchester Commons a city as well.
I mean, true.
But no, right, truly, like even here in Chesterfield, if we want something like that, it's, you think Ultra Theater, you think the Dominion Energy Center and things of that nature. You don't really think here in your hometown, right? And so the fact that you are having that production actually there, I think is going to be, that's going to lend to part of the magic.
Yes.
Because they're going to the high school where their kids go to, or where they went to high school, and now they get to see it in a completely different light. So I think that's beautiful.
And if they see these, they may see it. We have so many students from Powhatan. They may see like one of the little Lila Yindle walking around town,
right,
or at Food Line, with the second sheets,
right,
and be like, oh, I know her, and then see them on stage. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
I mean, the Richmond Ballet's Nutcracker is beautiful. I grew up in the production. I love the production. I go every year. It's like, you can't match it, right? That is, I love it so much. And I recommend people go to both, right? Because you can always have like a whole Nutcracker tour in your season. The Richmond Ballet's Nutcracker, for me, it will always have a special place in my heart. And I think my favorite part about it is having that orchestra.
Yeah,
to have that live music, I think adds a lot. That said, we've invested so much in ours to like increase the level of costuming. That was a big investment this season. We redid like most of Act 2.
Oh wow!
All of these costumes are brand new and beautiful. I put a new spin on the choreography from year to year for those repeat customers. So when you come to our show, if you came last year, you're going to see a different show this year. You're going to see new choreography. Not everything, right? And we still stay true to the story and the storyline of the show. And the main characters, like Clara, is always going to be Clara.
Right.
But there is a fresh spin on it every year. So you wouldn't have to, I know this part.
Right.
It's like looking forward to, and I think that's part of what we were talking about earlier, where the customers look forward to it every year. Like, what is she going to do this time?
Yeah, exactly. Because you're looking forward to
yeah.
recognizing the differences between, one show over the other, which I love that. Okay. So let's go. So tell people when it's going to be.
December 12th, 13th, and 14th at Powhatan High School. So we have 6 shows, one Friday night at 7, and then 3 on Saturday to choose from. So there's no excuse. There are 6 shows. Saturday, you've got your 11, your 3, and your 7.
Okay.
And then Sunday, 12 and 4.
I love that.
Yeah, and they're unique, each one. So you could come to more than one if you want.
And see
unique
the differences.
Cast.
I love that. Yeah, because you said you have 3 different casts, right?
Right.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
And you can get tickets through my website. It's just mksdance.com. It's very simple. We'll also have tickets at the door.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. Awesome. All right. So any parting thoughts or anything else that you want to share with our audience?
I appreciate you coming or
of course.
inviting me.
Of course.
I hope everyone has a great Nutcracker season, no matter which one you see.
Right. Well, I will know that I will definitely be there.
Yeah.
I would love to be there I'm going to be there for opening night.
Oh, great.
Is that a thing? Like, is that still a thing? Opening night?
It isn't. It isn't for us. I think opening night is fun. There's like something in the air, like hopefully nothing goes wrong
right.
for me. After 3 dress rehearsals, then it's like, okay, this is the one. But they're all exciting. But yeah, that would be fun if you came to opening.
Yes, I would love to do that. So we'll definitely come see it. So again, so MKSdance.com so that they can get tickets. They're going to see it in Powhatan Living as well too.
Yeah.
I was going to say this is the
that's
on
August,
the
back of this latest issue.
Yep, it is. So definitely go out and check it out. And if you want to connect with her, if you're an older person like me and want to reconnect with your
Yeah.
dance, background, and definitely go and check out the studio. I'm going to. I keep saying that I'm going to, and it's just one of those things that that would definitely. I do yoga, which is, I love yoga.
Yeah.
But yoga is something that I do for my physical, and not that dance is not for your physical, but again, going back to that magical, just being able to move your body. I feel like there's even more of a mind, body, soul connection that happens when you're learning how to move your body in different ways to different beats of music and stuff like that. So you should definitely go check out her dance studio for sure as well too. So again, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. And we'll see each other next time. So
Thank you.
Hi, I am Anna Sothin, your radio show host for the In Crowd and the publisher behind Swift Creek and Powhatan Living magazine. I am your human Rolodex, connecting with listeners on a personal level each week. Are you ready to elevate your brand to new heights? With a finger on the pulse of the latest trends and a knack for bringing stories to life, I seamlessly integrate your brand into the conversation. The In Crowd is so much more than a radio show. It's a platform for your business to shine. Become a sponsor and let me connect you directly to your customers. Don't just advertise, be part of the conversation. Contact me, Anna Sothin, at annasothin.com.
yes. So thank you guys again for being here. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you for being here. This was wonderful. So tune in next week because we will have Kim Hill and Kelley Case from the Chesterfield Food Bank here to talk about their, oh my gosh, it's a program and I can't remember what their food drive. I know, but there's a particular name for it and I can't remember what that is. But thank you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. And as always, stay fluid, my friends. I'm always cheering for you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.